Corsair finally did what we've been asking for. That is with their new keyboard, the K65 Pro Mini here. As far as in your box, where you get your paperwork, an extra replaceable spacebar, and a detachable braided USB-C cable. Now, before I get into all the juicy stuff and talk about what did Corsair do that we all have been asking for, I want to go on and give you a quick look over of the keyboard. As you see, it is USB-C detachable. It is indented a little bit, but my custom cables did work, so I guess that'll really depend on yours. But again, it is wide enough to fit any of the cables I had. Flipping over to the bottom, you do got a plastic base, rubber feet on every corner, kind of a in-place elevation right there, little incline, and then you have one level of pop-out feet, also with a rubber grip right there as well. Looking over to the top of the keyboard, as you can see, yes, it is 65%. Your keycaps are double shot PBT, and then the base underneath the board here is actually aluminum. So you got that really nice, tried and true Corsair build, no flex, no nothing, very, very solid build, top to bottom, inside and out. And talking about inside and out, that's what Corsair finally did for us. They've put dampening foam in their keyboards. 2 layers. So underneath the PCB into the case here, and then on top right there. You all know I have been asking about this forever. The K70 is one of my favorite TKLs out there, and it just has that ping. That's because Corsair has that great build with that metal place on top right there. But then the case being open, it goes in there and just radiates through. I've stated this so many times, right? Corsair has the best built keyboards, I honestly believe, but the sound just almost ruins them, right? Because it's kind of pingy and ringy a little bit here. This one resolves that. So after talking about all that, I'm sure you want to listen of the board here. Now on the K65 Pro Mini, they are using the Corsair optical switches as well. I'll go ahead and throw the specs of those right up there while we're listening to this. So as far as that sound test there, we're all going to be able to agree that the stabs didn't sound amazing. As far as your core keys, oh man, they sound amazing and they feel amazing. But again, the stabs, they're a little rattly. There's really not any lube whatsoever on the housing there or down onto the wire. So a little dielectric grease, a little lube right there, and you'll be sound as a pound. I think just a little dab of dielectric grease right down there and you'll be perfect. If you want to get the stems and everything too, then you'll be even better. But all in all, the board sounds and feels so good. A little bit of DIY work on these stabs and we'll be perfect. And even when I was gaming with this keyboard, it just felt good. Again, the spring tension, the optical switches being really fast to the point. You know, it's not excessive, like too fast of actuation, so you can still type without a bunch of typos. The pressure, as far as the force of pressing it down, still feels really nice and natural. Very smooth here. Again, it's just the stabs. You get a little work on those, and golly, it feels amazing. Now, as far as the RGB on the K65 Mini, it's nice and vibrant. It's nothing overboard. It's nothing too subtle. It's very even and balanced across it, even with their PBT keycaps. Now, of course, with you having that floating keycap design, you do have a little light bleed out there, but again, it's minimal. It's not blinding. It's not excessive. You don't feel like you had to disco. It's a really nice, kind of subtle, professional RGB. Now, I do have a window open over there and then another light on over there, just to kind of give you like that natural lighting type of environment. Now, one thing that's really cool, I'm going to leave the lights out for this. What you've probably been noticing all these shortcuts on the keyboard. You got macros over there. You got your media controls over here up above the spacebar. You're seeing those RGB controls, right? You can just come right down in here, function and cycle, change your color, go into different effects or anything right on the keyboard. Of course, you all know me. I keep mine. Well, there we go. There's an effect if you wanted to see an effect. Let me go on a cycle over and see if I can get to my solid. Red. Again, where was my red? One, no, there we go. There's my red. So I know some people in the keyboard space, they don't like the prints on their keyboard, right? They don't like your media controls. They just want it solid flush, which, yeah, that looks great, right? But me personally, especially on a compact board of 60%, 65%, whatever, I love my shortcuts right here. I would never remember that I got to press C to cycle the RGB or my media controls. I would never remember that. It's nice, bam, it's right there. It's nothing excessive, nothing goofy. I just know what to do and what to access on the board. Really like how they did that. Now, I know this day and age, a lot of us are familiar with different form factors of keyboards, being 60% really popular back then, 65% like we have right here, TKL, and then full size. And why I want to talk about this, because I already know you understand 65%, we've talked about that, right? But I want to give you my actual experience as a gamer, because I've been maining this keyboard here. This is the Razer Black Widow V4 Pro. I didn't even know Razer was up to a V4. The reason I started using it is, number one, I love the switches that are on it, but I love the simplicity of the controls. I don't use the number pad much, but I love my media controls, my dials right there. Every now and then I would use the media controls, and then the volume wheel or the over here, and then you got this control for the RGB. I loved all the controls on it, right? So again, myself coming from a full size, which I mained for quite some time, coming to the 65%, my first instinct was, man, another compact board. I don't like them. I don't like 60% keyboards, especially, and 65% keyboards have been done. I'm a TKL guy, right? Coming to this one being easy to control, my functions button right there. I got my media controls, my RGB. It was very simple to use. And that's my biggest complaint, again, with going to compact boards is, number one, you don't have the controls, or you don't remember which controls are on there, and it's not easy to use. This was very seamless and easy to use, coming from, again, a full size where everything's at my fingertips, being able to use these shortcuts. That was what made this keyboard for me. Well, and of course the dampening. So after looking over this keyboard, talking about price, I want to hear what you guys think this keyboard should be here, top to bottom, you looking at it, right? Let me know down in the comments what you think. This keyboard comes in at $130, and I think that's reasonable. I do think that's fair. Would I love to see that 100? Sure, you know, but again, what it's packing top to bottom, inside and out, I think $130 is fair. The 8,000 polling rate, the solid build, the great PBT keycaps, the foam and everything. It's really nice. The one thing we can complain about with this board, which is very hard, but it's not even about the board, is why the heck did it take Corsair this long? And I really hope Corsair implements this in all of their upcoming keyboards. Maybe refresh some of them, because I want this in a TKL. So anyways, thank you so much for stopping by and watching my review on a new keyboard release from Corsair. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope I was able to help you out one way or another. Maybe just a pinch. If I was, please hit that thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe, and I hope I catch you in the next one. Bye now.